Now I'm going to demonstrate number 6. Number 6 I'm going to draw as a cabinet oblique. That way I can go ahead and demonstrate one of each. So I can go ahead and write up at the top here already that it's going to be a cabinet. Remember with a cabinet oblique that all of our depths we're going to cut in half. This one is a little more challenging because as you can see in the picture, we've got a front face here, and then it goes ahead and jogs back to another front facing face. We've got to deal with the one that's on the front of the object first. When we do our box, that'll go ahead and help. So looking at this, we can see that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks wide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks tall and 4 blocks deep. So once again, I'm going to start with my box. So starting with my front face, I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks, up 6 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can go ahead and create that box. Remember the front face is going to be square to us. So right there's that box. Now once again I'm going to use the 45 because it's pretty easy to do on normal graph paper. And the difference is, remember I have to cut my depth in half on a cabinet. So it was supposed to be 4 blocks deep. I'm going to go ahead and go with 2 blocks deep. So right there, I'm going to use the same technique I did in my last drawing, where I go ahead and kind of arc that up there and get my depth. So we just cut that distance in half. I'm going to go ahead and draw in my other 45s going back here and here. So I can shoot that depth up and over. And everything I draw has to fall within that box now. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and create what's actually going to fall on the front face. Back in 3 blocks here is where that angle starts. Out 2 blocks here is where my angle starts. So I can go ahead and sketch a line that comes in at an angle and connects those 2 points. That part is going to be object line. So I can darken that in now, that way I don't get confused later on. Now, lots of students like to go ahead and make that also object, thinking that everything has to fall on the front face. That's not the right idea. So we're going to go ahead and jog back again to go ahead and get the other surface. I'm going to jog this one back. It's a construction line. What I'm going to do now, instead of actually measuring with my arc, is I'm going to guesstimate that based on the distance that is for 2 blocks, I want to go half that to go ahead and get my slant. And I can guesstimate that down here as well. I can eyeball that and connect those down to get my other slant. That's going to end up being objects, so I like to darken it in as I go. Otherwise I quickly get confused with all the construction lines. Now this is going to go ahead and come out until it hits our line over here. That's going to give us our line that we bring up. And if I drew it right, this line should come over and connect with that line that I just shot up. And ideally that corner would all fall in there. Now, notice that I haven't taken the corner off yet. Once again, if we look at the picture, I still have to take this corner off. So I'm going to deal with that. It's out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks on the top and up 3 blocks here. So if I go up here, 1, 2, 3 blocks. Notice it doesn't fall right on a grid. That is because this one doesn't fall right on a grid. Same thing's going to happen here. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks here. And that's where I'm going to go ahead and draw that angled line to cut off my corner. I'm going to project those back to get them on the back wall and draw another angled line there. Now I'm going to start doing some more darkening. I should have all the lines I need, so I'm going to darken this, darken this, darken this. Once again, remember the difference was that we took all of our depth measurements and cut those in half to create a cabinet oblique. In a cavalier, we used full depth, whatever our depth measurement was. And I've got to darken this side in and this angle right here. And that should be a finished cabinet oblique.